only has 2 daughter-in-laws. So. And then India. Robin, prior to COVID, took this people from the studio to India, and she is gonna do a trip fall of 2025 again. So if you're interested, she's got 2 info sessions. You just only have to come to one. Sunday the 15th at 3:15 p.m. or next Thursday the 19th at 5 p.m. So there's no commitment required at that point in time, but just if you want to know a little bit more about the trip, cost, all that stuff, come show up and she'll talk to you about it.
I'll probably have to ask you again as I'm going out the door.
Right. That's fine. I have it written down. I have it written down. And also, if you can't make it, she's going to have a big handouts with information too. All right, that's it.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, we're good. We know all of the take care of yourselves and listen to your inner wisdom as best you're able. If anything is sharp pain, that's your body speaking, stop. Anything, just a little bit of discomfort, heat, as best you're able, persist. That's the healing happening. That's the clearing happening. I will tell you, we're going to do a kriya called the Pitra Kriya, which is specifically to relieve stress and grief. Both are and the same. So when we get there, it's like a water splashing, and historically this is something that people would do when they would lose people or they were experiencing extreme stress. They would do it in a river, so you can imagine the water if you like. Yeah, it'll be fun. And just let the magic happen. Bring our hands together, heart center. Rub the palms together and generate a little heat, creating friction. And then draw the thumbs into the sternum, knocking at the heart. And then the heart responds, pressing the sternum back into the thumbs. I often feel a lengthening in the spine as I do this. So situate your chin parallel to the floor, which is one of the locks, one of the bandhas, Jadalahar Bandh. And then lift the perineum ever so slightly, like the pelvic floor up and in. And just tune into your natural breath. Perhaps turn up the breath a little bit, giving a little ujjayi or victory sense to it. And just notice what is in your body right now. Let the shoulders release to the back. Feel the sit bones connecting into the earth. I like to use the exhales to connect the sit bones. And I will visualize actual roots growing out of whatever is contacting the ground. And then with inhales, lifting up through the back of the crown. And you could visualize actual antennae or maybe also roots connecting you up. Just find your comfortable seat here, your easy space. And let's inhale together once. Exhale through the mouth. And we'll inhale to tune in here. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a deep breath in. Suspend the inhale at the top, lift the mula bandh, lift the pelvic floor, suspend the mind with the breath here. And exhale, release the hands. And take a moment here. And we'll come to all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under elbows, shoulders to, like to root down tops of my legs that are contacted. You can tuck the toes under, will provide you a little more stability, or let the tops of the feet lay flat. Spread the fingers wide, shine them like sun rays. And then with the inhale, the hips and the eyes rise up to the sky. And the exhale draws the back up, the navel into the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips and the head. Exhale, round the back. I always like to think of the first few rounds, maybe just feeling into it, stretching into it. If you lift the pelvic floor here too, you will protect the back from overarching. Because the practice does not require that we overreach or overextend. This requires our presence in the here and now. So feel into the body, connecting with the breath. And then begin to find a rhythm and soften into the movement. Lubricating the spine here, warming it up. And maybe you start feeling or releasing control over the movement, and rather than you moving, Let the movement move you. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Let the eyes and the hips. Exhale, arch the back. Drop the hips to the heels. Let the hands rest out in front of you. Take a moment here to connect with any intention you are working with in your practice. And maybe if you don't have anything currently, just bring a seed sound, one word, a thought into your heart and mind. An idea of something you would like to charge up with the practice. Maybe happiness, bliss, prosperity, vitality, joy, community. And then bring the right hand by your right knee and reach the left arm over to the right. I like to tent up on my fingers and then use the right hand ever so gently, pressing in to keep the left hip on the ground as you reach to the right. And a nice little side body stretch here in the intercostal muscles, our breathing muscles. Take some nice, long, slow, deep breaths here. And then maybe walk the fingers a little bit more to the right. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Feel how the breath expands the side body. Using that right hand to keep the left hip and both hips equally connected. Then bring the left hand to the left knee and reach the right hand forward and then over to the left. And similarly, use the left hand, gently pressing there at the knee to keep the right hip connected equally. And reach the right arm over to the left and breathe into the side body here. I like to come up on the fingertips. You do whatever is best for you. And then maybe walk the right hand over just a touch more. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths into the side body. Bring the right hand to the right knee, and with an inhale, slowly roll up the spine. You can stay seated on the knees here if you like, and pad yourself up in whatever way makes you happy. Spinal flex, we'll bring the hands to the knees, like a seated cat-cow. The inhale, lift the heart. It's more of an up than a forward. So lifting the heart up with the inhale, exhaling round the back. And close the eyes and let the two eyes rise up to the point between the eyebrows, the third eye. So the inhales, the heart lifts up. The exhale, you round down, rounding the back. Finding a rhythm here. Physical rhythm that we create with our breath and our body helps to create a resonance, a harmony, an internal rhythm, helping the inner landscape organize. And with your next inhale, come to a lifted heart. Suspend the breath. Engage the bandhas, lifting the perineum, the navel up and in. Chin parallel with the earth. And release the breath. Release the lift. Come to a natural seat. Bring a little smile to the face. Call it Smile Asana. We'll bring the hands, 4 fingers in front, thumb in back. If you're still seated in rock pose, I like to spread my knees, which helps create the foundation. Lifting the perineum also helps create the foundation. When I lift my perineum, I can feel kind of my back. You still want that natural curvature in the back, but it kind of protects and helps me create some stability there, lifting the navel up and in, and then keeping the chin, the Jadalahara Bandha, so you're contained here. And then spinal twist. So you inhale to the left, is our receiving side, and exhale to the right is our giving side. Eyes can be closed, third eye gaze, 2 eyes rising up to the one, where our pineal gland, pituitary, kind of activated by gazing to the third eye. It also helps us tune in to our inner wisdom and our intuition. Find a rhythm here. Again, maybe the beginning is you are making the movement, and maybe after a minute or so, you let the movement move you. Listening to the wisdom. within. I like to notice sometimes after I've been in these movements, is my perineum still lifted? Is my navel still up and in? Is my chin still level to the earth? As our attention shifts, we forget a foundation sometimes. And that's not a judgment. That's just what it is. And we come back to it and move forward again. Take a deep inhale and come to the center. Suspend the breath here, keeping the arms up. Engage the bandhas. Contain the energy that you have generated. And then release the breath, release the hands. And just feel here. Notice. Listen. Last of the spinal warm-ups. For now, inhale to lift the shoulders. Exhale, just let them go. Inhale up. Exhale, go. Release. Eyes can be closed. Third eye gaze. As you move, checking back in with your seat, with your posture. Reestablishing your foundation and your center as you move. Big deep inhale, scrunch up the shoulders, squeeze out any little bit of tension lingering here. Engage the bandhas. Exhale, release. Just noticing the inner landscape. And we're going to move into the Kriya. So find a comfortable seat. So we will be seated, and there's actually 3 different movements. There's a lot of Kriyas in Kundalini where you do 3 things for 3 minutes each. So this is one of them, and there's going to be a good bit of shoulder stuff. So the first movement here, like I kind of shared in the beginning, there's going to be this, you can imagine, and in the practice, there is a lot of using our imagination. This is what we create in our minds. We then can move out into the world through our desire. So the left hand comes to the heart here, and then the right hand is like a cup that we're going to use to gather this water, and you can imagine the water. And in Kundalini also, the construct of the human organism is that we have 10 bodies, and one of them is the arc line. So it's the iconic kind of ear-to-ear halo that you'll see in multiple cultures throughout history. So that is what they call our arc line. Everybody has this arc line, and then women have a nipple-to-nipple arc line also. And the arc line is where we store our karmas and our samskaras, which are like deeper ruts. The samskaras are deeper ruts of karma. So when we do anything overhead like this, we're clearing. We're kind of like literally sweeping out, not literally, but we're I guess, metaphorically, sweeping out the corners and getting the stuff out that, we're processing it. And we don't have to like use words is what I love about it. We don't have to use the words. It just, the body knows. So left hand, you can imagine the water with your cup. So we're going to go over the arc line here. All of that to say, come over the arc line. And yes, you want to go past the earlobe for that reason, the arc line. And at the earlobe, you'll kind of flick the wrist. So we're also working meridians here. And we will be here for 3 minutes. So I'm going to encourage you to persevere as best you're able. I'm going to put on a little Peter Gabriel, so I hope everybody's cool with that. Washing of the water, I felt that fit. And it's just the breath is inhale when you come down and exhale when you go over. Nice deep breaths through the nose. And again, here you'll do the movement, and then you'll start trying, do your best to let the movement kind of do its thing. Finding a rhythm. Stay with your center here. as the movement starts to work on you. Next inhale, take a nice big deep inhale and bring both elbows up. Reach up with the elbows, holding the breath here. Engage the bandhas. Reaching up, up, up. Hold the posture and cannonball the breath out. Deep inhale through the nose when it comes. Lifting up through the elbows, getting the spine as erect as possible. Third eye gaze. Cannonball the air out. Last inhale here. Lifting up through the elbows, down through the roots. Cannonball the breath. Release the posture. And a moment here to feel and to notice, to listen. The next movement is pretty much stationary. We will be, I'm going to put on what's called the Tantric Har, which is H-A-R, but it's pronounced Hud, and we will chant it. The music will help us out. But the flicking of the fingers to the middle finger, which is our Saturn finger, which is the finger of discipline. Saturn is the one, they say in Kundalini we have two main teachers, Jupiter, who's like Santa Claus, he rewards us for all of our deeds. And Saturn, no matter what we do, Saturn's gonna be the one that's gonna push us along. Either way, he's gonna beat us down. So here, Saturn is the disciplinarian, essentially. So we wanna appease the Saturn, and we also want to integrate. So we're gonna flick the middle finger here. Elbows are in at the sides and the hands are wherever they fall comfortably here. And the gaze is at the tip of the nose, the lotus point. And then this is the chant. So flicking of the tongue to the roof of the mouth activates meridians in the body. And then also this, so the tip of the nose, the eyes will come like 9/10 closed. So there's just a little bit of light coming in. And then the tip of the nose gaze. And then as you flick with each of these, also a prosperity or creativity, the HUD, 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 hud. Reestablish your posture, tip of the nose gaze. Hud, 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 hud. Make 20 more seconds. Hud, 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 hud. Just take a nice deep inhale here. And while you suspend the breath, continue to flick the fingers with the rhythm. Keep going and exhale the breath completely by drawing the navel in, and then take a nice big inhale. Suspend the breath at the top and continue to flick the fingers. Exhale the breath. Draw the navel in to get all the air out, and then inhale. Suspend. Last time, continue flicking the fingers. Exhale the breath. Release the hands. And listen here to your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. So last of the three for this, 15-degree angle. Superman. I'm gonna switch up my seat a little bit too. So here, again, persevere as you are able. If sharp pains, stop. Come back into it as you can. And just as you pause, if you need to, just feel any integration and information that's coming up. So this is same tip of the nose gaze with the eyes 9/10 closed. So there's just enough light to see that lotus point. And then it's a crossing of the hands. So it's HUD, 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 and then each time I do it, a different arm is coming on top here. HUD, HUD. So establish your seat, your foundation, your roots. I'm going to back this up for a second so that it started saying extra things. HUD, 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 HUD. HUD, 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 HUD. There's one more minute. As you feel the rising of the wall that the Kriya will present, listen to what it's showing you. See what those thresholds offer. Twenty more seconds. Through the nose, take a nice deep inhale. Suspend the breath at the top and move the hands. Exhale. Keep the posture. Draw the navel in to get all the air out and take a nice deep inhale. And then move the hands again as you suspend the breath. Exhale the breath. Inhale, last time, and move the arms as quickly as you can. Exhale, release the arms. And listen to whatever information is being presented to you as best you're able without any judgment. Just take it in for what it is. And so for just a minute, what I'd like to do is two-stroke breath, which helps connect the unconscious or the subconscious with, and it's just a nice way to like process and integrate the little last bits of whatever we're being offered through the practice. So it's Gyan Mudra, wisdom seal, pointer finger to thumb, and the shoulder blades draw into the back as much as you're able so that the heart is kind of wrapped open here. And then establishing the seat, the perineum lifts, the navel is up and in, the chin is parallel to the floor, and then the breath is 2 sips in through an O-shaped mouth, and then an exhale through the nose. Let the shoulder blades rest, shoulders away from the ears, maintaining your seat, lifting up through the crown, 2 sips in, 1 exhale through the nose. Let the exhales be complete, using the navel to push out the air, so that the inhales can come in. Let the belly fill, let it be rounded as you inhale. Let it press in as you exhale. Next inhale, take a nice big singular inhalation. Bring the palms together at the heart center and press the palms together as you suspend the breath. Through the nostrils, release the breath completely, using the navel to push out all that is. Through the nostrils, inhale deeply. Suspending at the top, press the hands together and squeeze the muscles of the spine. Third eye gaze. Relax the hands, release the breath through the nose. One last inhale after you press it out with the navel. Press the hands, lift up through the crown, squeeze the muscles of the spine. And exhale, release. A moment here to notice, to listen. And sometimes the listening has no words. It needs no words. And make your way to your back, Shavasana, to integrate. The palms face up, maybe a bolster under the knees. Maybe a bolster under the heart. We did just do a lot of releasing, heart-centered, stress clearing. A practice helps to take care of our glandular system and our liver, helps to balance the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous systems. And it also balances the chakras. Let the mind be spacious and empty. If the tongue is connected to the roof of the mouth, let it release into the cavity of the mouth. Let there be space between the teeth, top and bottom. Let the eyeballs release from their sockets, softening. Let the brain soften away from the skull and perhaps become like jelly or liquid light and slide to the back of the skull. Visualize your heart center as a bright white ball of light. It can be as big or as small as it came to you. And if you like, you can play with that ball of bright white light by letting it fill your whole body, or you can let it dance around. Perhaps it grows to outside of the barrier of your body. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale, letting go. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe reach the arms overhead and stretch the arms and the feet in opposite directions. I like to imagine a little pond in my belly then that I've just created, and let all the last little goodness of the practice kind of settle into my center, into my power here. And then bend the knees and let the arms hug the knees. Side to side rocking. You could drop to one side to press yourself up, or you can rock and roll forward and back. And find your seat, rubbing the hands together. Just coming back to where we began. Thumbs into sternum. The heart answers to the knock. Take a moment here to think of somebody you love dearly. And let that love you have for them generate a sense of overwhelming love and kindness inside of you, compassion. And as you feel that sense of loving kindness and compassion, direct it towards yourself. That same sense of wanting for this loved one's freedom and happiness. Wish that upon yourself. And now turn your attention to neutrals, people you have not yet met, perhaps never will, people you don't know, and send out that same compassion and loving kindness to those people and situations. And if and as you're able, bring an adversary, somebody who causes you difficulty, or maybe a situation that causes you difficulty. And just as you would a great beloved, send this adversary that same sense of compassion and loving kindness. And my wish is that the benefits that we receive through the practice, that they may be of benefit to all people everywhere, that what we generate within ourselves will ripple out and benefit the all, the one. Namaste. Satnam.